Hey, what's up guys? Stock Market Boss here, and today I'm going to be covering a penny stock which I personally believe will bring you returns of at least 100%. And before we begin, I just want to mention that I'm not like other channels who pump out like 2 different videos a day, promising you 1,000% returns on like 5 different stocks with information that they got from StockTwits and some random Reddit post. All of this research has been done by myself, and I make sure that I'm providing the most relevant information with no bias whatsoever. There's a lot of bullshit out there, and I'm tired of people blindly listening to TikTok kids or stay-at-home moms who don't know what they're talking about. This is personally why I made the channel, and I just want to give you guys the best information out there. So anyways, I really apologize for that long intro. Regarding this stock, I've actually been trading it since April, so I know what's going on with it, and yeah, let's just get on to this. I'm excited. Okay, so to start off with the catalysts. OPTEC emerged as the penny stock leader in personal protection equipment when the company reported it secured a $2 billion agreement with a large international commodities consortium for the supply of their brand-specific personal protection equipment. This was actually covered in their recent Zoom conference, and the CEO said that there's been a slight delay due to the virus. However, they are currently finalizing the logistics portion of the order and are anticipating its completion sometime in February. I would say mid-February. He also mentioned that this will result in over $100 million of gross revenue. It's also important to mention that during the call, the CEO also made it clear that a clear objective of OPTEC is actually to join the NASDAQ without the use of splits. Very important. So if you think about it, this is actually a $1 price target from the CEO himself. So, if you are contemplating entering position, you may want to enter this before it is announced sometime in February, because more than likely that will result in a spike. So in addition, OPTEC has interest from notable shareholders. For example, Shark Tank regular Kevin Harrington is involved, and his group are currently working on launching a social media campaign marketing their i1 product. This will be marketed towards their network and beyond. Not to mention Dr. Phil, who will also be marketing this product to his audience. Also, there are apparently promotional billboards already in place in Los Angeles, which is marketing the iWand. This not only creates buzz for the product itself, but it creates brand awareness for OPTEC. It's very good, and you can tell they are making progress. So another crazy catalyst involved with OPTEC is their successful capture of a UVC provisional patent. This technology will allow touchless temperature readings for humans and animals in a single scan using cell phones and tablets with digital accuracy. The integration into personal phones and tablets will eliminate the use of handheld temperature scanning devices used throughout the world, for temperature scanning in almost all environments during the global pandemic. The use of temperature detection scanning in personal cell phones allows for immediate personal and family temperature checks by the device owner in an on-demand anytime situation for constant temperature monitoring and safety assurance. Funny enough, when OPTEC obtained the provisional patent, Apple, immediately attempted to obtain a patent with the same exact technology. This was right after. However, OPTEC got to it first and all rights belong to them. So not only does this mean that this technology is significant, especially when you consider the advancement of technology and the impact of the coronavirus, but Apple may be interested in using this technology in their upcoming phones to get a lead on competitors. And lastly, during the Zoom conference, it was mentioned that they're actually looking to either purchase or rent neighboring warehouses, because at the moment, they're receiving so many orders and are at full capacity. And once the $2 billion deal comes into fruition, there's no way that they can continue using their own space. This is amazing because demand is so high that they're actually looking to expand. So even when I'm making a short-term trade, I always make sure that the company I'm going to be investing in has made progress in their financials and will be stable for the foreseeable future. This prevents detrimental catalysts and potential offerings that you could have avoided. So I'm going to briefly go over OPTEC's most recent financial statements, and you guys can see for yourselves the stability of their company. So over here you have their balance sheet, and you can see that in the span of only 3 months, from June 30th till September 30th, their cash multiplied by 6 times. They're now sitting on 30,000, and they have a total current assets of 2,851,000 compared to 85,000 in June. And you can tell that this is because they're preparing for the international launch of their product, and they're getting ready to distribute it all over the world. So you can see here that their total assets is 4,400,000. This is also including other assets, investments, etc. And at the bottom, you have the total liabilities, and surprisingly, this actually decreased from June. This is because they had a derivative liability that they actually got rid of. So there's less debt in the company, and as a whole, their balance sheet has improved significantly since June. Okay, so here we have their statement of operations from September 30th, 2019 to September 30th, 2020. So as you can tell, OPTEC has been really busy throughout the year when it comes to their operations. They've started selling their product, and look at this gross profit, 1,886,000 compared to 92,000 the previous year. And this is profit, so they had a total revenue of 6.3 million, and their cost of goods sold was 4.4 million. And it seems to me that they have a very healthy PPU. So when you go all the way down to their net income, they had a positive net income of 1,368,000 regarding their operations, and this is compared to a negative 874,000 the previous year. Something to also notice here is the weighted average of common shares. This is essentially just all the common shares, the outstanding shares added or decreased throughout the year. So just because they were starting to become public, they started to offer more shares, obviously. The number here is 1,534,000. This is nothing to worry about though. Not only is this still a penny stock, so it's sort of needed for a company of this size to do something like this, but this just means that there's more shares for us to buy, and they're obviously investing this money into expanding their business, so I see it as a positive. So just to add on, this is the condensed statement of cash flows. This is continuing from the operations. As you can see here, the cash flows from operating activities, as we just saw, is the positive 1.36 million. I just want to show you guys, when you go down to the cash flows from investing activities, you do see positive investments from the company. They made an investment. I don't know if this is from their subsidiary, Optimized Fuel Technologies, or this is just a standard investment, but it's good to see that they are investing. Also, $195,000 on a building. I'm not sure if this is just rent payment or if they're actually increasing the size of their warehouse, but it is good. I like to see these type of things. And if you just go down, obviously $25,000 increase of cash. Honestly, I'm looking excited to their next earnings report. I want to see if they can continue to make progress like this so substantially. So yeah, all in all, this is looking very healthy, and there's no risk of them going bankrupt. And as long as this is like properly audited, it does not look like a scam to me. This looks all legit. So we're gonna have a quick look at the chart here. I'm not gonna go too in depth just because this is a penny stock, and unless you're day trading this, you never know what could happen, honestly. But let's just take a look. So recently we've been seeing a nice uptrend. This was following the Zoom call conference. The red line here is the 20-day moving average, and the blue line is the 50-day moving average. So these are also positive, and we're above this, which obviously means we're in a bullish trend right now. So I'm gonna make some trend lines here, just going over the significant levels we need to look at. So the 0.121, this is just before the press conference, I believe. 0.06 was after the press conference, and it consolidated down to this level, and then 0.044 right before the run up to the press conference. So these are all significant levels. And then here's another line at 0.07 This is on the 7th of January, right when it started to pick up and increase a lot. So 0.07 is your level of support. Personally, I don't see it going below this, but if it does, I would honestly buy. And then here I'm just going to draw some Fibonacci fans just to give you a better idea of this trend and give you a better picture. So I'm drawing a line from 0.06, which was right after the press conference, to the 0.07 when it started to increase, and then 0.121 up to the press conference, also to the 0.07 support. So what's good here, from the 0.121 Fibonacci fan, we can see that the stock trend and price is where it actually is supposed to be from that level. In fact, we're actually above, which means that we're on a great run up right now. So if it were to consolidate, it would most likely fall in between the either top half or the bottom half. The top half means we'll be more bullish, the bottom half means we'll be more bearish. That's level 1 and 2. And then I just wanted to go back and just give you a better history of this stock. I remember 0.195, that was crazy. I can't remember why it ran up to this. I believe there was some catalyst. I'm not sure if it was like the fake rumors with Walmart and Target, but I remember those days. Those were good. And yeah, so all in all, just watch for 0.07 and 0.12. If we can break 0.12, then who knows where this could go. But we are above the 50-day and 20-day moving average, so it's looking quite bullish. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you agreed with the research I had to say. If you have anything you want to ask me, just feel free to leave a comment down below and I'll be sure to get back to you. This is my first video, so it might be a little weird. I don't know how I'm going to edit this in the future, and this is also sort of rushed just because I have work like the next morning. It's like 2 a.m. But besides the fact, thank you for watching. And now with my price target, so as I mentioned earlier, I've actually been day trading this and swing trading this since April. The one thing I noticed about this stock is it is a hype stock. So when there's an upcoming catalyst, a lot of people are going to be joining in, and you're going to see the price raising up until that day. And every time, the news has been announced, or the earnings report was announced, the Zoom conference, it always drops down below. Consolidates at a certain level and eventually starts to increase again. So right now it has been on an increase, and I truly think it's gonna lower from this level. I do have a position right now, but when it hits around 0.6 to 0.7, I'll be sure to add to my position, because as I mentioned again, that's the support level. So I'm looking to sell my position for the most part once it reaches 0.2 or 20 cents. But realistically, I actually do think this could reach $1 depending on what happens in the future. They're really pushing for this to join the NASDAQ, and I do think it is a possibility. So 20 cents is my price target. That will get you around 100% if you bought it right now. I think it's definitely okay to get a position in right now. And if it does fall down to a lower level, just lower your average. Make sure not to invest all your money right at once, because you never know when it will drop down. It's always risky doing that, and I do advise against that. So yeah, 20 cents is my price target. Long term, $1. So I hope you enjoyed. And right before I go, I have a Discord group that I started with a few buddies of mine. It's pretty small. If you enjoyed this video and you want to talk to me, I would really suggest joining this Discord group. We're a very close-knit community, and it's a very close-knit community, and we don't just talk about stocks. We talk about news, We talk about like upcoming press conferences. Like we do it all in there, and we've all been making a lot of money. You know, like 20 brains is better than one brain, and yeah, compared to like other YouTubers who have like such a big channel and so many Discord members, this is a close-knit community and it's free. So please join, and yeah, like and subscribe. Thank you.